Making your story work with infographics. Marrying your story with infographics is an effective approach because your story is essential to the success of your business. Without a story, you can't possibly differentiate yourself from other business people or owners. Your story makes you unique and enticing. Your story is what allows your readers to keep coming back to read more. Infographics is a visual representation of information in the form of a chart, graph, or other image accompanied by minimal text, intended to give an easily understood overview, often of a complex subject. Telling your story effectively. In this case, your story has to do with your brand and your offerings. However, that doesn't mean that your story doesn't have a responsibility to be as compelling as any other story that you choose to share with people who read your content. The long and the short of it is that you want to tell a story in which your emotional connection with the reader is so strong that they end up choosing to buy what you are selling rather than what someone else is. Telling your story with infographics. There are many people in the world who react positively to graphic images. Those people are visual in nature, and the message, or story, that you are sharing is received and processed much more effectively if it is in the form of images. However, one of the challenges that is present when it comes to graphic images is that there is less defined structure than you have with words. Infographics brings together words and images, which offers the best of all content formats. Because it is a format that is so well received by so many, it has gained tremendous popularity over the last few years. There are several different reasons why this is the case. Images are processed easily in the brain. The truth is that most of the information that human beings receive are visual. Humans process images easily. That means that a person is likely to become engages when the content is visual. Another reason why visual images are so important and effective is that when a person sees a visual image, he or she will be more inclined to remember that image than words on a page. If the person remembers the image, he or she will be able to store it or recall it at a later date. Based on that concept, it stands to reason that social media channels that use graphic images are extremely popular and effective nowadays. The most effective way that you can present your content is with a combination of words and images. If you do a search for something, you get search results that include both words and graphic images. How do you tell your story using infographics? By now, you probably understand clearly that images are a powerful way to present content. However, at the same time, you may not realize how to go about telling your story using infographics. Well, there are several different things that you can do to accomplish that. Provide valuable, compelling information. Even if you are using images, there are still many different ways in which you can express your creativity. If you do it correctly, there are many different ways to provide useful, educational information to your readers through images. You can provide a history of the product and/or service that you are discussing, as well as a history of how you came to be involved with the business that is now yours. You should write descriptive paragraphs with your images, and that information, if done well, will entice your readers. Depending on what you are actually sharing, you have great potential to really shine through your images and your words. Collect valuable information. As a guiding principle, you need to make sure that your content communicates what you want it to communicate very clearly. If you are not sure that you can accomplish that easily, you may find it helpful to make a checklist of what you want to include. That way, nothing will fall through the cracks. You can think of it as a roadmap. Follow the plan and everything will turn out as you hoped it would. Make your use of infographics a part of your marketing strategy from the beginning. We have already established that using a combination of images and words will probably work most effectively for your business. One thing that you have to ensure is that you marry your words to your graphic images really closely. They basically have to function as one unit. Not only can you do that on your own website or blog, but you can lend your images to someone else's words, if you feel that the other person's article is worthy. There are many different things that you can do with that. Draw attention to your content. You will want to promote your content properly. If you create the content but then you don't tell anyone where it can be found, what is the point? You need to promote it so that it gets the attention that it deserves. That concept applies if you post the content on your own site or if you post it on another person's site. One thing that is very important is for you to pay close attention to the analytics. You want to see how your content, with words and infographics, is doing. That way, you will be able to determine if you are doing the right thing or if you have to make some adjustments so that your results improve. Make it very attractive. When it comes to the images that you choose, they really need to wow your readers. It really is true that a picture is worth 1,000 words. The images will be the initial attraction point for your readers, so those images really have to dazzle them. There are so many image repositories from which you can choose. There is no doubt that you will not run out of images. Always speak in your own voice. Your voice is unique, and it is one of the main reasons why the other person chooses to buy what you are selling, ultimately, rather than choosing to buy from someone else. Your voice should be consistent and strong. At the same time, it must connect with the other person on an emotional level. After all, if you can't establish that connection, you won't have a chance at building a relationship together. The other person needs to understand that you have experienced what he or she has experienced. There needs to be that deep connection. Conclusion: it is true that infographics look nice, are memorable, and send a clear message. If you choose the right images, they can clearly communicate what you represent and how you can help the other person. Using images is a powerful tool that you can leverage to help bring your business to the next level. You should include infographics in your marketing strategy and combine them with words for the best results that you can possibly achieve. In addition to how powerful they can be, they are also educational, useful, and entertaining as well.